Would you like that? As I told you before, my parents weren't happy on my plans to go to the Skyrim Bard College. It was not only that they wanted me to be an alchemist, they also wanted me to get married. Ever since I was little, my father and our neighbor, Sigar, have been joking about that I should marry Sigar's son Halfdan. I thought they were just teasing us. Believe me, Halfdan isn't the kind of guy any girl with some sense would want to marry. He's an arrogant, spoiled little brat who thinks that every girl in the village adores him and would love to spend her life spoiling him even further. I never got along with him, especially not after he tried to kiss me and I smacked him, somewhere where it probably hurt quite a lot. Therefore it came as a shock when my father said I couldn't go to the Bard College, as both my family and Halfdan's expected us to marry soon. What I thought was just a joke was seriously meant, and Halfdan, that jerk, said he was looking forward to taming the wildcat. Of course I got furious. Never ever would I want to marry someone I didn't love. My parents of course weren't too happy when I told them this, but eventually they accepted. But Halfdan, that jerk, he wouldn't take no for an answer. He yelled and screamed at me, and when I told him I didn't want to listen any further, he yelled that he would have his revenge, sooner or later. 2 days later, my precious flute, the one my grandmother had given me, was nowhere to be found. Halfdan had had his revenge. Oh, I actually have a pretty good idea about that, and I'd be happy to tell you all about it, but not right now. We have things to do, haven't we? I told you about my flute, didn't I? That it vanished 2 days after I told Halfdan that I wouldn't marry him. Of course I instantly realized that it was Halfdan who had taken my flute, but when I confronted him, he just laughed me in the face. He said I would never see the flute again, that such a precious flute was wasted on someone like me anyway, as I was going to be a wife and not a bard. As he didn't want his future wife to play music, he had simply sold my flute to weird Skyrim Khajiit bard. He said he was entitled to do this, being my fiancé and all. I wanted to take off for Skyrim immediately, trying to track down that Khajiit bard. But then something unexpected happened. My grandma got ill. Of course she was more important to me than any flute in the world. We realized that she didn't have many days left, and I wanted to be at her side. The last day of her life, she gave me a bottle. Yes, you know which bottle I mean. And asked me to bring it to Skyrim. You see, she had inherited this bottle from her own grandmother, and she had always thought that she would bring it to Skyrim herself. But marriage and children came in between for her, and she never had the opportunity to leave Solstheim. Now she felt guilty over this. She was so relieved when I promised her that I would fulfill her old promise. So here I am, with 2 missions. To keep my grandmother's promise to her grandmother, and to keep a promise to myself to track down the Khajiit bard and retrieve my flute. Yes, that would be wonderful, of course. Ever since I arrived in Skyrim, I have been asking around among bards I have met, but no one has seen a Khajiit with a Cyrodiil dogwood flute. We should continue to ask around. Maybe we could ask the innkeepers if he has been seen. And maybe it would also be a good idea to ask Khajiits in general. Maybe he has relatives somewhere. If you would help me with this, it would be tremendous. Oh, if I only had my flute, I would be happy to play for you as often as you wish.
There. Of course, Dromash knows Racine and his magic flute. Racine is Dromarash's second cousin. Yes, Racine has played with magic flute for us. But Racine needs to work on warm sand, not cold ice. Racine wanted a warmer earth than ours. Sarah, Racine cannot be found here anymore. Search for my second cousin, Riften. That is where his feet wanted to wander.
May your road lead you to warm sands.
Now that we are here, let's look around for the Khajiit bard who has my flute. Talk later.
Got the coin? You've come to the right place. Pull up a seat.
Greetings. Oh yes, Racine has the best flute in all of Skyrim. It is made of Cyrodiil dogwood and is very precious. Will Sarah listen to the flute? It is my pleasure.
There's nothing like a good drink when one is thirsty. Ah, this is so relaxing. We should do this more often, don't you think so? I'm thirsty.
Do you want something, friend? Oh yes, Racine has the best flute in all of Skyrim. It is made of Cyrodiil dogwood and is very... Sarah? It is my flute. I have bought it in Solstein from a fine Nordman. I had paid for it in my own money. Well, almost. So, how can anyone say that the flute does not belong to Racine? Sarah? It cannot be true. The man looked very honorable. Ah, it is true, isn't it? Racine has been fooled. Yes, yes, Racine could feel that in his bones. The flute does not belong to Racine. Therefore, it will not play the way Racine wants it to play. So, tell me, who is the owner of the flute? Ah, it belongs to your friend. Yes, Racine can feel that this is a girl's flute, not a man's flute. And Racine is a gentleman who wouldn't want to upset a pretty girl or her grandmother. Well, that is not possible. A bard needs to have a flute to play, and Racine hasn't got another flute. There was a flute, but it is gone. Oh, it is a sad, but Racine didn't listen. Racine wanted to play. Racine had no money, so instead Racine gambled with the old flute. It now No, that wouldn't do. Racine wants his... Oh. Racine. Ooh, then Racine would be very happy. Then Racine no longer needs the new flute. Then you may buy it. Because Racine has paid for it. Racine didn't know it was stolen. Sarah, Racine. Sarah, that is very kind. Racine's old flute. You must then find the little wooden fairy and his big Nord friend. They said we're going to Riverwood. You might want to ask around there.
flute on gambling just as easily as he won it. I think Lucan was really happy that you brought his gold claw back. I'm sure you made a good friend there.
I want to go home to my mum. Stay away from me, please. Oh well, goodbye.
Yes? What do you want? Why are you asking? There ain't no law against playing put a tail on a donkey, as far as I know. Yeah, I did win a flute from a Caid bard down in Riften. Funny, isn't it? That someone who is born with a tail cannot play it correctly on a donkey. Hey, slow down, please. Take it easy. We don't want anything bad to happen, right? I can't give you that flute, because I haven't got it anymore. I'm no bard, see? I have no use for a flute. Well, I sold it to another bard, some Redguard fellow. I believe he was heading for a Dawnstorm. If you find him, I might let you buy it. But you better hurry up. I think he was planning to leave Skyrim. He seems like he climbed much. Not blaming. Look, before you leave, maybe you should have a word with my friend here. He has, shall we say, constantly growing problem related to you. Bye.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Greetings. If you are here to listen to my music, I have to disappoint you. I cannot play, as I've lost my music instruments. Yes, I have. Quite a nice flute, actually. Unfortunately, I haven't got it anymore. In fact, I have lost all my music instruments. On my way to Dawnstar, I was attacked by bandits. They knocked me down and grabbed everything I owned. Yes, they even took my precious lute, the best music instrument I've ever played. I think the bandits might be part of the pack that infests Fort Fellhammer. But when I regained consciousness, it was pitch dark and I had no weapon. I don't care about the money or the flute. If I could just get my precious lute back, I would be so happy. Would you do that? That would be amazing. Tell you what, if you just bring me the lute, you can keep everything else. Yes, I will even try to find a way to reward you, although I have, as you know, lost all my money. Greetings. If you are here to listen to my music, I have to disappoint you.
I have met
cannot
Wilbert before,
play,
on the
as I've
boat to
lost my
Dawnstar,
music instruments.
but maybe he was too worried to recognize me. Let me tell you about it. As I told you, I left Solstheim soon after my grandmother had passed away. I took a ship from Raven Rock to Dawnstar. On the ship I met some nice bards, a storyteller, and a red god who was fantastic at playing the lute. He promised he would give me lessons, but, well, to tell the truth, I'm the worst landlubber ever. And very soon I got really seasick. I spent most of my time at sea with my head very close to a bucket. It wasn't very pleasant. And I, who always used to dream about being a sailor. When we arrived in Dawnstar, the barge just disappeared. Well, to be honest, first we spent an evening at the inn, where we had quite a few beer. I think I taught them how to dance on the table the way we do in Solstheim, but I'm not sure. I'm afraid I can't remember that part so well. Anyway, when I woke up the morning after, they were gone. And the innkeeper seemed to think that it would be a good idea if I left as well. To be honest, sometimes I don't understand the Skyrim Nords. They never seem to dance on the tables or have any fun at all. No wonder they all look so depressed and bitter. You should see the folks back home after a schnapps or four. They really know how to dance on a table.
There
Well,
once was a
I can
maiden
play a
called
little,
Vilja,
but I
the
don't own a
able,
lute.
who cheered,
Maybe if one day I
celebrated,
could afford
and
to buy
danced
one.
on the table.
But I still would need lessons. Tell you what, once we have found Wilbert's instruments, maybe he will recognize me and remember his promise to teach me how to play
Till
the
later.
lute. I have met Wilbert before. He is the Red Guard bard I met on the boat to Dawnstar, the one who promised to teach me how to play a lute. No, apparently not. Maybe he was too preoccupied with his worries over the lost music instruments. Or maybe it was because I spent most of the time on the ship being seasick. Well, we did spend an evening together here at Dawnstar as well, but to tell the truth, he was drunk and slept on the table most of the time. You know what? Once we have found his instruments, maybe he will recognize me. Have you got both the flute and the lute? Great! So, where should we go first? To Wilbert in Dawnstar or to Rathzen in Riften? Strange. You are a bard, but I hardly ever hear you sing. I think we should sing together more often.
Greetings. If you are here to listen to my music, you have? Is it true? You have really tracked down those bandits for me? Fantastic. I hope my precious lute hasn't been damaged in any way. May I have it, please?
Here in Skyrim, I never see people dance on the table.
Ah, yes.
After all,
Vilja.
they're Nords.
I recognize her now.
All the time.
I met her on the boat to Skyrim, but she is the worst landlubber I've ever seen.
She spent most of the time with her head very close to
Did
a
I ever
bucket.
tell you about the day when
On the other hand, when we arrived to Dawnstar, she really celebrated. That girl surely knows how to dance on a table.
and handsome.
I know I promised to teach her how to play the lute, but as she was so seasick, I never got around to it.
You aren't saying I was a
As you have been so kind and brought back my lute, I think I know a suitable reward. Well, rather for Vilja than for you, actually. If Vilja is to learn how to play a lute, she needs a good lute. Now, my young friend Sindra is currently staying at the Bard's College in Solitude. She has a decent lute that belongs to me, but I have just received a letter from her. She has bought herself a better lute and doesn't need it anymore.
Those were the days.
Here, take her letter.
Never seen my husband.
Show it to
fight
her
so
and
bravely.
ask her to give you the lute.
Aye,
Vilja
John.
can have it.
The vines bless his memory.
Then you and Vilja can come back to me, and I'll teach her a little.
Nathan is a good man, and I'm not running out on him now.
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to that.
Do you? No, not that it's any of your business.
Vilja, it's so great to see you. I must say you look a lot healthier now than on the ship.
Oh, Wilbert, it's so great to see you too. And you look a lot healthier than last time too. Tell me, did you really get a good sleep under that table?
With you dancing on the very same table? You must be kidding.
Maybe we should do it some other time again? Although I don't think the innkeeper would like it much.
Yes, maybe some other time. But first you and your friend should go to Solitude and meet my friend Sindra. She has a lute for you, you see.
A lute? Oh, Wilbert, is this true? Oh, I'm so happy.
It's absolutely true. And once you have the lute, I'll be happy to teach you a few tricks. How does that sound?
Oh, Wilbert.
So, we'll meet again, my friend. Until then, safe travels.
See you soon again, my friend. I'm so happy for the lute. I'm so happy that Wilbert wants to give me lessons. But I really want to get my flute back first.